There's much to do about the immense cost of AI, with billions being poured into building the largest possible data centers to run these latest LLMs or large language models. But running one of these models locally, instead of accessing them via the cloud, is becoming increasingly popular for both security and price reasons. Because if it's running on your own machine, you don't need to send over data to a third party. And as long as it's running on your machine, you can use it as much as you like. But what if you want to run one of these LLMs, but you don't have $4 to drop on an NVIDIA DGX Spark? What if all you have is a Pentium 4? Today, I'll take you along for the ride to see if we can run one of these LLMs locally on Intel's most infamous chip. I think I'll dub it NetBurstGPT. So let's get started. Now, there are a few ways in which we can run these AI models on our own machine, and one of the most popular is LM Studio. So I'd say let's build up our Pentium 4 machine, get an OS going, and see if we can install that. Let's start with the CPU, and luckily for us the Pentium 4 had a really long lifespan, starting with Willamette in 2000, when 256 megabytes of RAM was considered plenty. Now that's not going to cut it for us, so what I have here is the very final iteration of the Pentium 4, the 2006 CDAR mill. And this is basically a die shrink of the Prescott core, now on 65 nanometers with all the bells and whistles like 2 MB of L2 cache and hyperthreading. And this particular chip is the middle-of-the-road 641 model at 3.2 GHz, but it is the nice one, the SL9KF, which means it's the later D0 revision, meaning that compared to other 641s, this one has a TDP of just 65 watts, so that is pretty cool. Now for our motherboards, we have this fantastic looking for 2006 Asus P5W DH Deluxe. Now it's based on the Intel 975X chipset underneath here and comes with 2 PCI Express X16 ports, 2 X1 ports. We've even got onboard Wi-Fi, which was rather unique in 2006. And on the back we've also got plenty of I/O, including SPDIF audio, FireWire and 2 LAN ports. Moving along here, we've also got plenty of SATA ports. We've got copper VRM cooling here, so that should hopefully give us some overclocking headroom even. Now most importantly for us today, we've got 4 DDR2 DIMM slots, which we're all going to fill up because we're going to need all the memory we can today. Now for our RAM, we have these 4 sticks, which are each 2 GB Apacer PC2 6400 CL5, so DDR2 800 for a total of 8 GB. Next up, what about a GPU? Well, the reason why NVIDIA is making so much money is because GPUs are really good at the kind of computation that is needed for AI and LLMs. But we don't want GPU acceleration, we want NetBurst acceleration. So for a GPU, we're just simply going to go a bit mad with a GPU that's probably not supported by any of the LLM software. And I've pulled out this Club 3D Radeon 6870X2. This is a dual GPU Terascale card from 2011 or so. I've now connected up all of our power cables and peripherals. So let's see what she does. Give her some power first. There we go. We've got our power LED on. Let's find the power switch. Oh good lord, what is this? This fan is... Oh! We do have BIOS, but our GPU sounds like a diesel, so let's first have a look at this. So we're now back with a slightly more sane 8800 GTX. Let's have a look if everything is running correctly. And yeah, it looks like it is. 3.2 GHz Pentium 4 and 8 GB of RAM. And we want DRAM frequency at 800. Should be good. We've now got our SSD connected, and in the BIOS it's looking good, so see what she does, hopefully booting into Windows 10. Yeah, it's frozen a bit, but that's nothing to worry about yet. Oh, there we go. Windows 10 on our Pentium 4. So we're now in Windows. Let's get our task manager open and see how we're doing. And oh yeah, that is looking good. We've got our 3.2 GHz Pentium 4 with 2 threads going, doing its best. We've got 8 GB of RAM and only using about 1.6, so that is looking promising. So next up, let's get our GPU drivers going and LM Studio installed, and we'll take it from there. Now here we can see the system details with CPU Z, and we can see a few things here. First of all, we can see we do have the D0 revision of the Pentium 4 641, as I stated previously. But more importantly, we can see support for EM64T instructions. Now that is 64-bit, and we're gonna want that in order to run a 64-bit OS. In this case, Windows 10 Pro 64-bit, because not only do we want more than 4 GB of RAM, but it's highly likely that these programs will be 64-bit only. Now, support for EM64T was only added with later revisions of the Pentium 4 Prescott core, so you're not going to be able to do this on any Pentium 4, only the later ones. Well, the time has come. LM Studio, here we go. Okay, it's not saying no just yet. Has loaded it up. Let's have a look in the settings. We can pull up our hardware oh yeah. Okay, that is not great. It's really quite unhappy with our system. It's detecting absolutely nothing, including that we have no RAM, which is curious. So I've messed around with it a bit, and you can do a few things. For example, you can go and browse and download models, but as soon as you try to run them, then it will simply error out. So yeah, it seems like on this hardware this is not going to run. We're going to have to look for a different option. Now going into this, I'd already spotted that LM Studio lists AVX2 as its CPU requirements, but quite often programs like these do have some fallback mechanisms, though that doesn't appear to be the case here. If I run it on my own machine with an i5-12600K and the Titan V, we can see how it should look like. Now, another very popular tool for local AI models is Ollama. And I've done a bit of digging and found a promising GitHub post. A while ago there were already people asking about Ollama's AVX requirements, as Intel was apparently still selling some CPUs with that AVX as late as 2021, which is crazy. And with version 0.121, they've supposedly added support for a no AVX mode. So let's cross our fingers and get Ollama installed. So just like with LM Studio, we now have Ollama running, but that doesn't mean we're out of the woods just yet. We've now got to install a model. And we can't just install one of the most popular LLMs like Claude or the full-blown ChatGPT, as those are locked down, and they're also far too large to run on consumer hardware. We're talking about trillions of parameters, although the exact number isn't known. But what we can do is install Facebook's Llama models. Now, they offer an open source variant called Llama 3. In particular, Llama 3.2 is available in 1 billion and 3 billion parameter models. And if we look at the Llama repository and search for Llama, here we can see we've got Llama 3.2 in the 3 billion variant, which is the latest, and it should take up about 2 GB worth of storage, so that should fit into our memory here. So let's go for that. In order to do that, we're gonna have to close this down and launch an elevated command prompt. Yes, and there we go. So make sure Ollama is running here. Yeah, that's looking good. And then we'll go for Ollama Pool Llama 3.23b. Yeah, that's looking good. It's downloading. It's 2 gigs total inside, so that's gonna take a few minutes. Okay, so far so good. It has downloaded it. Now, this is pretty big. Will we be able to run one of the most important pieces of technology from this century on a Pentium 4? Let's see. Go for Ollama run Llama 3.2 3B. We'll just add verbose to get the amount of tokens. Should it work? And there we go. File does not exist. Come on. Oh, wait. 3B. Come on. What's gonna happen here? It's not said no yet. Oh, the RAM's increasing. Would it be loading it into RAM? No way. Come on. Is this working? Good lord. What's a Pentium 4? Seems like a good question to ask. Come on. It's thinking about it. I'm gonna increase the CPU usage and the RAM's at 4.7. Come on, Pentium 4, do your thing. Make this work. This would be utterly amazing if this works. No way. Yeah, we've got output. Come on. Pentium. Oh yeah, it's doing it. Yes. Oh, this is glorious. The Pentium 4. Come on. Is what? Is a central. Yeah. Come on, say it. Processing. Unit. Come on. There we have it. I'm getting way too excited about it. Let's just bask in the magnificence of what is unfolding here. So yeah, it works. It did take nearly 33 minutes to answer this quite simple question with 0.27 and 0.21 tokens per second from the prompt eval rate and for the eval rate. So it is heinously slow, but it is working. And just to show a bit more specifications, here I've pulled up the model info to see it's running Ollama 3.2b, and here the Ollama ps command to see how it is loaded it in, and we can see it's running 100% on the CPU, so no help from any GPU acceleration. And with this now running nicely and loaded in, we can also access it via a bit more user-friendly way rather than the command prompt. If we now go back to Ollama, we can go into our chat and select 323B and say hello. So we can now access it via a more ChatGPT-like user interface. Now, one of the things I have noticed is that it never really taxes our two threads to 100% total. Now, this might be due to the way this process is and how hyperthreading works on the Pentium 4 for this process. But I am curious whether, for example, Linux would improve performance a bit. So we're now back in Linux Mint running the same setup as we did in Windows with Llama 323B. And let's see if we are getting some extra performance here. What's the Pentium 4? Okay, so our first tokens are coming in, and judging from the CPU usage, I actually don't think we're getting higher CPU usage in Linux here than what we were getting in Windows. And looking at the speed of tokens coming in currently, it seems a bit slower than Windows as well, but we'll have to wait and see for the performance output to see what it is really like. And as I'd expected already, performance is down considerably. We're now only getting 0.15 and 0.13 tokens per second for our prompt eval rate and eval rate. So yeah, unfortunately, Linux is not getting us more performance here. So overclocking we do. And with a quick and dirty overclock, we've now got our Pentium 4 at 4.3 GHz, with memory at around 810 megatransfers per second. So let's give this a go. And our 1 GHz overclock does appear to have given us a nice boost in terms of performance. Now looking at prompt eval at 0.36 tokens and eval at 0.33 tokens per second, meaning we've got an uplift of around 20% compared to stock. And to put these numbers in perspective, I've also run Ollama with the same model on my own machine with CPU and GPU. Compared to the Pentium 4, my i5-12600K is a whopping 200 times faster. And when comparing to my Titan V, it's 600 times faster. When the NetBurst architecture was designed in the late 90s, I don't think any of the designers would have believed we would be running LLM AI inferencing on it in 2026. But here we are, running Llama on a 20-year-old Pentium 4. And even though we're not getting full utilization, probably because of some inherent architectural bottlenecks, the fact that this is working at all, I'd say that is pretty astonishing. And I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have. If you have, do leave a comment below, and why not test Ollama with this model on your own hardware and post in the comments below what kind of performance you're getting. In any case, that was all for now, and bye bye.